I know I promised I'd be making all of Metal Gear Solid, but unfortunately, I A, don't have an awful lot of time at the moment, and B, I'm a little bit ill. So I can't give this project the time it deserves. So what I've done is publish a short level of that whole area you just saw, and you are tasked with collecting 13 rations, and within each of those rations is a super cool, unlockable, collectible thingamajig from the level, so you can build your own Metal Gear inspired level. How cool is that? In fact, one of the prizes is this fashionable looking forklift here that took me the best part of 8 hours. So enjoy it, because I'm really proud of that, and now it's yours. Alongside a lot of the stuff in this. So what we're watching right now is a mini behind the scenes tour of the creation, because I know a lot of you are asking me to do making of videos, but I'm not really set up to do that just yet. My laptop's not very good, and as you can probably tell, my microphone is terrible. So for now, you're going to get a slightly amateur hour behind the scenes view with terrible audio, so sorry for that, but I hope you find it a little bit interesting, seeing the level from different perspectives and seeing some of the rather cool texture work that I'm quite proud of. So for the keen-eyed amongst you, you'll probably notice that all these textures are built from lots and lots of little squares, which is why it's taken me so long to make the level. And I mean, there's probably a better way of doing it, but after hours of trying different methods, this is the best I could come up with. I think it looks pretty authentic to the original game, so hopefully you think the same, and if not, prove me wrong. So the barrels, those actually took me ages, like 3 or 4 hours. These chains took me all of 2 minutes, and they're probably one of my favourite things in the whole level, but unfortunately they don't interact with the water. No splash damage. The hook took ages. I couldn't figure out how to make it look 3D. So what I actually did was paint a 2D one, and then I copy and pasted it like 20 times in a row to make it look 3D. So, now this is something I am quite proud of, and it's a technique they used way back in the day, and probably do use it a little bit today as well. Reflections, where they just copy and paste the assets and reflect them. So I'm pretty proud of that, and I used a big black cube to make it look all dark underneath. So all the puddles in this area, I think there's 3 of them, all of them use this method. So I used like an opaque kind of blue, and then kept the scratch texture that I'd applied to the regular floor panels. I kept that on top of the puddle to kind of give that area some depth, because the puddles originally looked pretty small. Flat. They look pretty flat. But yeah, they look pretty good. What doesn't look good is this roof that's missing, and there's a reason for that. So we'll flick over to this and turn it on. Ta-da! It was always there. The reason why it's hidden is because when you're controlling the character in-game, the camera would collide with it. And, well, that looks pants. So what I did was, anytime you're in control of the character, it vanishes. And anytime it enters a cinematic camera angle, when you use some of like the stealth corners on objects, the assets reappear. And it took a lot of toying around, but I got it eventually. It was doing this one thing where you go from gameplay to cinematic camera, and in the few split seconds the camera's transitioning, you would see the assets kind of like pop in, and it looked, well, pants. Everything was pants. But we got it working in the end, and I'm pretty proud of how it looks. Here we go. So we just shuffle over, duck under the pipe that you don't actually have to duck under. And here you go, yeah. On the left, you can see that it's all nice and dark and black, and there's no clipping from the ceiling whatsoever. So how cool is that? Yay. And again on the right hand side, lovely stuff. And I'm just going to shuffle over here just to show you how the collision works. So this is a similar technique. So there's actually walls there. You would have seen that in the clip just a few seconds ago. That there's just regular walls. There we go. Regular walls in place, and when you're in game, they turn invisible. And that was to just stop everyone from jumping in the water and going for a paddle, because that's not very snakish, is it? Or is it? I mean, he does go for a paddle at the beginning. Anyway, here's some of the assets that you can unlock in your prize bubbles. Not that's just a texture from the barrel, but we've got some like prefabricated walls with textures, the containers, the barrels, the little girder in the chain. I really like that girder. Those are tucked away in the rations. So if you play the level, find all 13, I think there's 13 of them. They should appear in your asset library in game, so you can start building and creating with some of the stuff I've made. And yeah, I think that'll do. Let me know if you've played it, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to like, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.